To be sitting there, 5 minutes a game. That's a big number. I know. You didn't know this. You didn't know this. Or him. Because he. Oh. John is the trainer? Oh. Now, it was a different black guy than John who was this. Everything was going right, and the father came out of jail or came back into the light, kicked John out, and the mama. She allowed it though, cause she be bitching, but you not stepping up. So you part of it. It's terrible, man. It's a sad thing.
Start with an opening statement, Coach, and then questions.
All right, give Georgetown credit. I thought they really played well. Really physical game, like it was in Game 1. Really physical, and we just weren't able to deal with their physicality. But give them credit. I thought they played really well. Made a big shot. They're late when I think it was a 6-point game. Might have been 45. Made a big shot there in the corner. But give them credit. I thought our guys battled like they have all year. Gave ourselves a chance there late. Really, the difference was our first half defense just wasn't good enough.
Hey, Coach. First game, CJ was 1 for 9. Then he goes on a 4-game tear where he's really, really good. Tonight, 1 for 8. What is it about this team? Is Georgetown doing something in particular that's just not sitting well with his type of game?
No. KJ Lewis is a really good defender. And I think it's when he gets tired, Jeremiah Williams is a really good defender. And their physicality makes it really difficult for him. I'd have to go back and look at, did he have some clean looks? But their personnel matches up with him really well. They've got great individual defenders, really good.
And prior to tonight, you had won 4 out of the last 6, and this team has really turned around.
Yeah.
What have you seen where the improvement has happened as the Big East season has progressed?
I think our offense has picked up a little bit, and we've been at our best when we've been really good defensively, and then our offense has grown, and it's grown in the last, probably during that stretch in the last month. Our offense had picked up, and our defense had still stayed pretty consistent. I just didn't think it was very good tonight, but you got to give Georgetown credit for that. I thought they did some really good things.
Was Georgetown's 3-point shooting more judicious this time? Meaning they weren't just chucking them; they were getting the ball in and then getting kickouts.
Yeah, they played through the paint. It was conscious. They played through the paint. I don't know what to make of the foul and free throw discrepancy, but I'll leave that alone. But they were consciously attacking the paint for sure.
When they go 2-3 and then go in possession man, is that difficult to deal with?
Yeah, and I'd go back and look at the quality of our looks a few times. It was, I think it bothers us a little bit, but honestly, we played that against a number of teams all year. You're kind of used to it by now.
Coach, in the first game, Benson just kind of bull in the china shop, Georgetown. They kind of kept him contained today. What did you see to kind of keep him from dominating the game?
I've got great size. Both 5 men have great size. And the difference, Vince's first game was our game, and he's a better player now than what he was then. He just is better. He's better in a lot of ways. So he's a really good player, and he's really impactful for them. So, I think both those centers played well. They've got great size at that position. NJ's undersized. That can bother him.
Coach, your road record right now is 1-5, and your home record is 10-3. Can you talk a bit about your struggles on the road?
No, check most teams, that are middle of the league or bottom of the league. Check most teams' records. It's kind of common in college basketball. I think we just got to continue to grow and learn from this experience. Figure out how we can do it. Hard to win on the road. You got to get your team understanding that, and that's our job as coaches. But I think our winning percentage would probably mirror a lot of teams that are middle or bottom of the pack in most power leagues.
Chris, you alluded to Mulready 45 with that shot, and he
Yeah.
obviously was not playing as much when you guys faced them the first time. What's different about him, and what makes things different for them as a result?
Well, I didn't even look like he looked like he was hardly in bounds. It looked like he was falling out of bounds.
I just meant like his game in general, like he's playing more.
Yeah, no, I'm just commenting on the shot. I'm still a little bit surprised by it. So I thought he gave him big-time minutes and a big-time lift, and I think he made 2 threes that were both critical for him. So, Ed's had a pretty deep bench, and now that he's got fully healthy, I think when you look at this Georgetown team, outside of the Nova game, they played really well in the last month. They just haven't seen the results. You play UConn, do a 2 or 3 possession here. They really should have won at Creighton, right? I'm missing. Obviously, they won in dramatic fashion the other day against Providence. There's another game in there where I thought they played well. So, you knew that they were playing well now that they're healthier, and that we were going to need to be our best, and we just weren't quite our best tonight.
Anything else for Coach?
Okay, guys.
Settling for free, that's why they kind of.
Well, 28 3-point attempts.
Like if they didn't hit a couple of those threes,
Get back in it.
that's why I asked about Benson. Benson created so much.
Yeah, he was just created all kinds of havoc.
He got shitty. He's mad.
And honestly, I don't know if what's his face, if Nash gave him that shot as much as he did, he could have done more just to create.
Yeah, listening to Rich for most of the second half of the look at it.
I sensed it right there.
Easily the most active.
With that final ball.
Between Nick Marcus and
My man sat there.
defense, it's just kind of drop shoulder, push it down, and then figure out a way to get a back shot. If he had about 2 or 3, it's just like weird speed.
Coach's clinic kind of
But
thing.
he
Coach's clinic
pushed this
thing.
guy down there. We got a chance to do it.
You don't miss being on there?
Not at all.
The preparation and the competition.
I'm prepped doing research. We're doing 3 active research studies right now.
Oh, wow.
On student athlete motivation.
All right, everyone, we've got head coach Ed Cooley, we've got number 2 Malik Mack, and number 45 Kayvon Mulready. We're going to start with an opening statement from coach, and we'll then open for questions for the players first.
Proud of the guys. I thought our scout. This is back-to-back games where I thought we played them really well defensively. I thought our best defensive game of the year actually was in Chicago. We just weren't able to score the ball there. But I thought we had a good follow-up day today. I think DePaul was playing really, really well. Blocker tough, Macklin tough, Gunn one of the better scorers in our league. I thought our players had attention to detail. I love what Holtman has done with DePaul. You can tell he's coached in the Big East before, established coach. His players enjoy playing for him. They play an unbelievable style. We were really excited to get our first home Big East win, right? We've been close a couple of times. I thought we had great energy and follow-up from the last 10 minutes of our Providence game, and I thought we had carryover with enthusiasm in our preparation. So happy for our men. I thought everybody that touched the floor did a great job, and we're able to close it out from the free throw line. So that's always good to see when you can close games the right way. Looking forward to them. We have a really, really quick turnaround, having to go to Butler. Early game on Saturday. It's a late game today, so we got to get our guys some rest. We practice tomorrow morning and then jump on a plane.
So player questions with Marcus Washington, and we'll go to
Malik, not all players believe in momentum, but when you think about the last 20 minutes at Providence and then the first 20 minutes tonight, especially on defense, do you think that you gained some confidence and some momentum from what happened to Providence to what happened tonight?
I would say we always believed that we could win games. We were just having a tough time finishing games. So the Providence game just kind of showed that we could finish games. And then from a confidence aspect, we just trying to keep everything in the locker room, block out the noise, and know that we're a good team and that we could win basketball games. Don't listen to the outside media. Don't listen to whoever is saying that, oh, y'all underachieving or y'all doing this and that. Just focusing on what we have in the locker room and knowing we could win games and trying to take every game one by one.
And Kayvon, over the last few games, you have made more of an impact on the game, whether it's in the score sheet or just defensively or whatever. Just what has clicked for you, and what do you feel like that you're doing now that maybe you wasn't doing before?
Staying ready. I feel like it's been clicked for a while now, but you just got to control what you can control, and that's been helping me in my mindset. And when Coach gave me the opportunity, I just, know how to fulfill it. So that's really it.
Kayvon, was there a light bulb moment for you this season where you kind of went from, hey, not getting as much time as I like, not making as much of your opportunities, to where you had one moment in the game where you're kind of like, all right, I'm ready to do this?
When guys start getting in foul trouble, I knew that there's not many guys available, and I know who the type of player I am, and I know I can guard and bring a lot of things that I believe are missing from the team, which is a lot of energy and et cetera. And just doing the little dirty things for the team to win. That was the light bulb moment.
Did you think that they targeted you guys with the lob game early on in the first half?
That's kind of a part of DePaul style, as they try to run a lot of pick and roll and try to pick on that 2-on-1 and make the backside defender make a decision. So we just kind of had to adjust our ball screen coverage a little bit, get through the screen so they couldn't get to that 2-on-1. And but yeah, that's something they try to go after a lot, is that alley-oop, or try to get to the skip to the shooters.
Malik and Ed, if you want to follow up on this too, just with Kayvon and what he's been able to do here over the last 3-4 games or so, how much, had you seen that coming, and also how much of a difference does that make getting a little bit deeper as a team and as a backcourt to have somebody that can come in and help in a lot of different ways?
I want to answer that before he does, because he's not going to give himself the credit that he doesn't even know. I think we were, I don't know where we're at Creighton. We came off a heartbreaking loss, and I think Malik and I, was it Creighton that we had a conversation upstairs? Anyway, he came to me and said, "Coach, I think we got to let Kayvon play a little bit more. He's doing the right things. He's my roommate. We talk every day, and we have been seeing. I think Coach Battle has done an incredible job with both these guys. He handles our guards in the backcourt. But really, I give Malik a lot of credit for sticking up for his teammate, and doing that, he instilled confidence not just in him, but he instilled confidence in the staff." And he's been showing it every day in practice. So I'm going to say for the last month. And it takes time. And he is a classic example where I think some young men who feel that, they're getting screwed or the coach don't like me. No. Sometimes you're just not ready. And we feel you're not ready. Emotionally, mentally, physically, all none. He's shown a consistent habit, getting in early, getting up shots, working on his body, being in shape, and being one of the better defenders on the floor. Defense gets you on the floor, right? So I wanted to answer that for him. He can follow up with that, but that, I give him all the credit in the world on having that open conversation with me.
Yeah, so, the same thing, really. Me and Kayvon are roommates, so we have talks all the time, and then we both love the game, so we talk about the game a lot, and I try to pride myself on my work ethic, and he be right there next to me when I'm in the gym, and we watching film with Coach Battle, or we getting shots up with Coach Battle. So I had trust in him. I knew he brought a different dynamic to the game. And every day in practice, he wasn't he wasn't letting his minutes affect how he came to practice and the impact he brought to the team even when he wasn't playing. So I just felt like he would bring a different energy to our team. And I let Coach know, and they made a decision as a staff to play him a bit more, and he's shown what he could do. So
Appreciate you, dog.
for sure.
And Kayvon, to kind of build off of all that. How much do you just appreciate somebody going to the mat for you like that? But and number two, how much of this do you kind of attribute to putting a little bit more in on the defensive end in practice as well as in games, and how far you think that's come?
To answer your first question, it means a lot coming from my teammates, because especially we're similar positions on the court, so it feels good having my teammate have my back. We do, like he said, talk about basketball and how we could win every single day. So just seeing that fulfill and work out on the court, it feels good. And then second, not only does the defensive aspect help me get better, but I realized, and there's also another light bulb moment, that it's helping my teammates get better and having them prepared for opponents being physical with us. So as long as I'm being better with myself, I'm also better in my whole team and staff. So I'm trying to help.
All right, let's move on to questions for Coach.
Yeah, Coach Cooley, you're finally getting healthy. You had some close calls earlier in the year. You're finally over 500. How are you feeling headed into the last 10 games of the season with your team?
I talk to our men all the time about, obviously not happy with how we started, but, the way we want to finish. We want to finish connected. We want to finish with an identity of toughness, of grit, of unselfishness. I like where we are on both sides of the ball right now. I like where our rotation is, right? Obviously, would like to have won a couple of more games, but your record is what it is, and we just try to take it one game at a time right now. I'm very excited about what we're doing because I see us growing and getting better because we have healthy bodies in practice. So the practice carryovers definitely come to the game, and hopefully we can continue that Saturday as we're going to play a very desperate Butler team.
Start here to Ron and then Marcus.
Coach, talk about the impact of switching defenses in possession. A lot of times it seems like it puts more inexperienced guards or just guards in general on the heels.
Well, our preparation is, we play against some really good coaches. Holtman, to me, arguably is one of the best coaches in our league. He's been the coach of the year every league he's been in. You see in the short period of time what he's doing to excite the fan base, in Chicago. So, again, you try to keep them off balance as much as you can. And our players do a great job recognizing that because sometimes they do it on their own on the fly. There's a lot of trust and autonomy that our players have. They'll come to me and talk to me about things that they want to do. It's a player's game. We just happen to manage it. So you have to listen to your players, and keeping people off balance definitely helps.
Talk about getting feet in the paint for kick out and then kicking it out. You kind of really influence the defense in that manner.
Yeah, our goal today, and we came in, we wanted at least 8 assists in the first half. We ended up with 9. We ended up with 16 overall. Our 1 and 2 guard between Malik and KJ with 12 assists, 1 turnover. Like if we get that type of consistent play where we're sharing the ball and everybody's touching the ball, right? When the ball gets from side 1 to side 2, if you get that ball to side 3, the defense has to move. Players are moving, bodies are moving, right? You're going to have some open shots. Thank you.
Coach, up in Chicago, CJ shot 1 for 9. Then he goes on a 4-game tear. Tonight he's 1 for 8. What is kind of the secret, or what is happening out there where Gunn is having such a hard time against your defense?
I don't know. You got to give the players a lot of credit because I think he's one of the better scorers in our league. He's an older person. He has incredible length, right? He has a gift. Like he's a shot maker, shot taker, and he makes some tough shots. So the guys really paid attention in the personnel clips. I thought we made it hard for him to get the ball. I thought we made it hard for them to try to run their offense. And same, again, when you look at our scout that we played in Chicago and here, they're damn near mirror images of one another. We just couldn't make shots in the second half against them. It was one of those anomalies of a game where, like, damn, it's at the 4-minute mark and it's tied. You didn't even realize you just had 1 field goal. So when you look at what we've done defensively against them, we've been right there. We just, today we were able to make some shots. We were able to make some free throws. And we have really high attention to him. I think the unsung hero in this game here for them is number 0. He also impacted their winning when they played up in Chicago. Really, really good player. Is it Macklin? Is that the kid's name? Really, really good player.
After the heartbreaks, the last 2 games you have closed out, just this group staying together, the coaching staff and the locker room all staying together. So what does it say about the closeness of this unit that you have this season?
We've been together since late May, early June, and I don't know if that's too long, right? Going over to Canada, right, playing the next. We've been together a long time. Trust. This comes down to trust when you're that long. Again, we could have easily folded on Saturday, down 20, losing 6 or 7 in a row, whatever it was. Our heads weren't down. We're competing at a really, really high level, and when that may be an aha moment for our guys to also trust. I'm telling them, I think we have a really good basketball team. We just haven't been fortunate in some of the closer games that I think we do a great job coaching in as a staff. In close games, we've been able to close out over our career, and hopefully we can get on that roll right now. But it's a lot of games left to be played, right? We want to take this one game at a time, continue to defend, share the ball, and appreciate the opportunity to represent Georgetown.
Ed, how's Langston doing at this point? And was that maybe a lingering thing? Because I know he had played single-digit minutes the last few games.
Yeah, I mean, Langston's been dealing with injuries the whole year. I feel for him. He's dealing with another injury right now. He'll probably be a DNP again on Saturday. Got to get an MRI. He's a lower body injury. Unfortunately, we just have not got him to be the healthy player we anticipated him to be. Likewise, he feels the same way. But that's also opened up opportunity for Kayvon, right? And again, always tell your players, be ready. You just never know. Somebody's going to get sick. Somebody's going to get hurt. Something's going to happen. Somebody ate their homework. The dog. Somebody's going to do something. And if you're not ready when your number's called, shame on you.
And you mentioned like being able to come back against Providence and kind of push some of that stuff behind. To kind of break the seal on the home thing for conference play, is that just another step you think that you guys can just kind of build on that, and it's one less thing to have to worry about there?
Yeah, that's definitely something that we spoke about today, and I appreciate you asking that question because, you got to win your home games, right? And I really I want to make sure I appreciate all the people that came out to the game today with the weather. Because, the roads are tough, right? They're not plowed. Everybody's probably still plowed in, snowed in. Hopefully the city can do a great job of trying to get everybody's roads cleaned and some salt down on them because the roads are tough. So I really appreciate everybody that came out. Appreciate you guys for coming out, to even have this conversation here because, the roads are pretty treacherous. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Nice sober jersey too, by the way. Yeah.